Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Lovie. So the question for today is, what do you do? So what do I mean by what do you do? Well, let's just be honest. Usually when you meet people for the first time, or you get introduced to somebody's parents, or just when you're in a social gathering, most of the time people tend to ask you, what do you do? It's a pretty simple question, and it's something that we all get asked all the time. So the question is, can you actually answer that? For me, usually when people ask me, and excuse me, it's a little hot out here, but usually when people ask me what do I do, the first thing out my mouth is I'm an IT systems engineer, because that is my day job. That is what I do primarily for a living. However, that is not the only thing that I do. So when somebody asks you what do you do, what do you respond? Do you respond with I'm a finance manager? Do you respond with I run my own business in construction, I have a construction business, I'm a real estate agent, I'm an IT systems analyst? How do you answer that question? Or are you one of the individuals who usually state a blanket statement such as I'm an entrepreneur? Now, the next thing I'm going to say, this is not coming at entrepreneurs, because I actually have a lot of admiration for entrepreneurs. However, when you say that I'm an entrepreneur, you need to be able to come with that statement with some sort of caveat behind it. Now, I'm an entrepreneur is a blanket statement. It doesn't really give any details or any insight into what you actually do for a living. So when someone comes to me and they say, I'm an entrepreneur, after I've asked them the question, what do you do? My next question is, okay, well, you're an entrepreneur, but what exactly do you do? Are you a entrepreneur as in you do real estate, as in you flip houses? Are you a producer? Or there are all sorts of things that you can do and be considered as an entrepreneur. So the thing that I want you to think about is, when someone comes to you and you meet someone for the first time, or you're out in a social event, or you're meeting somebody's parents, and they ask you, what do you do? What are you going to respond? Are you going to be able to tell them specifically what you do? Or are you going to be able to come at them with a blanket statement, I'm an entrepreneur? Because if you just say I'm an entrepreneur, honestly, that's not enough. That doesn't really tell anyone anything. It just lets them know that you're doing your own thing, but are you successful? Do you have a chance at being successful? Are you somebody that they could potentially invest in? You never know. If you just come with a blanket statement, I'm an entrepreneur, you may lose opportunities because you have not really given them any insight at all as to what it is that you are doing and what you will be doing in the future. So really start thinking about that word entrepreneur, and adding some caveats and some explanations to that word entrepreneur, because that's going to be very important. So if I'm in a social gathering and I'm talking to somebody and they ask me, hi Lovie, what do you do? And let's say I am an entrepreneur and my answer is I'm an entrepreneur. I need to add on to that. I can say I'm an entrepreneur, so what I do is I assist small businesses with IT infrastructure, systems, and security. I do construction on the side. I'm an entrepreneur in the sense of I also do video photography as well as photo photography. I'm an entrepreneur as in I invest currently in cryptocurrency. My investments are doing well, but you need to be able to really articulate and add on to not just I'm an entrepreneur. That is going to be very, very important when you're looking at potential opportunities, potential business partnerships, and just adding people into your network. Saying I'm an entrepreneur and just leaving it at that, that's not enough.